Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Just turning into the parking lot of the jail, going back to see, to hit some more of the inmates here. Not literally hit them, but, to speak to them. And there is one particular group that we're going to see a couple of times today. They've, met some particular benchmarks and criteria, and they're part of a faith-based group. That hopefully is going to prevent their returning here again. So, what I was excited about yesterday is, I've presented to Washington and even to this administration about what I feel the approach should be, and of course my approach calls for no parole, putting an end to parole, and I got to put that before the inmates yesterday. And ask them, hey, what do you guys think? Just to tell them that, well, here's how I see it, fellas. I don't think you should get good time just for being good, because when you come home, you're not going to get a trophy because you went through the day and you didn't get in any trouble. I said my perspective and my reform calls for giving good time credits for what you accomplish while you're in here. Not for the simple fact that you didn't get in a fist fight with another inmate, or you didn't yell at a cop or whatever. And so as I explained the program to them, I was excited because they were all for it.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And what better source can you go to than to the inmates and say, this is my plan. It calls for no parole. If you get 5 years, like right now, so-and-so, guy in there, he's got 10 years. You come here and you have 10 years. Now, if you participate in these particular personal development initiatives, then you can get out in perhaps 5 years. These guys are all for it, because the fact of the matter is every one of them are here behind drugs and alcohol, right? Every one of them in that room is behind drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
And so, when as I've said in the past, when they're not on drugs and alcohol, they're reasonable, and they want to better their lives. They want to beat this demon, so to speak, of addiction and alcoholism. And so they want to participate in things that are going to be life-changing and build them up as men and women here. So I was just excited to hear that. And I'm going to continue to ask inmates today about their perspective on that. But when we go around the room and I say, what's your dream? What's your dream? What's your dream? Every one of them says, well, I want to come home and I want to help other people.
Right.
I mean, that's the heart.
And, change the legacy of my family, because they know that they've really hurt their family, their children, their wives, their parents.
Heidi read the letter from my book to my children. And I'm telling you, I to validate, my inappropriate behavior, raising my kids and different things, I wrote a letter in my book to validate that. You felt what you felt for a reason. And when Heidi read that yesterday, I mean, the whole room
it was the women's population.
At that point, but I think she's going to read it to the men today, too.
Yeah, and they were just bawling.
Yeah,
and,
because they know the truth. When you strip away the drugs, you strip away the alcohol, and, there's no distractions, and you're left with yourself. The truth of the matter is you know the truth about yourself. And so, it was powerful, man. It was. And so we're going to go back in right now. Our fearless leaders right there.
Yeah,
so
right.
We got to get out and we're going to go. But we'll check in with you at the end of the day.
Pray for us. We're going to be in for probably about 12 hours.
It's going to be a long day. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. You never know.
Alrighty.
Okay?
Love
God
you guys.
bless. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.